Hello, hello. How are you today? Happy Wednesday. It has been a crazy morning here. I was supposed to go live at noon. I got a phone call from a long-time friend that I hadn't heard from for a while. Then I figured, okay, I'll go 12:30. And then I got another phone call that came in that I had to take. And so here I am at 1 and I'm jumping on and I just got ink all over my fingers. It's just been a morning, but you know what? I'm upright, moving, breathing, and doing good. So we're going to continue on. Today we are going to ink some tea towels. These tea towels are from Magnolia Design Co. They are really nice tea towels. Great fabric. They're huge. I'll open one up. We're going to do two today. So this will be the smaller one we do, and then I will do the larger one. And when I pull the larger one over, you'll see how, you can't even see it's how big it is. It's a big tea towel. If you don't know me, my name is Susan Cox, and I have Down the Dirt Road Creations. See, my mind is frazzled today. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and ink today. We're not going to chalk. We're going to, let me refresh my page here just so I can see what's going on. But I'm going to do some inking today, and let me see. Okay, so we chalked the other day, and I showed you how chalk can go onto any surface. It can go onto wood, glass, kind of like a chalk paste, I mean. It can go onto pretty much any surface, and it won't come off unless you wet it and wipe it off, okay? I'm not going to say it won't scratch off if you sit there and pick at it. That'll happen. It is a chalk paste, just like if you pick at paint, you can pick paint off. So you don't want to pick at it, but if it gets wet, if you do it like on a mirror in your house, in the bathroom, I've seen people do doorways to come into their house and do like floral up around the panes of the window. Really pretty. It won't come off unless you spray it and wash it off. But today we're doing inks. Inks are permanent. So you want to be careful when working with inks. You don't want to, get them on your clothes. And what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and ink this tea towel, and then we'll ink a second tea towel. And with these tea towels, I will let them dry for 24 hours, and then I'm going to put a heat press on it and set it, and then they're permanent. These tea towels can go through the washer. That color will stay on there. They are so nice. We are going to do, let me get here organized. I think I have Mix It Up, and then I have Bake the World a Better Place. And I wasn't sure which one I was going to do. So, let me see. I really like the Mix It Up one, but I wanted to do this in a teal, and I don't have a teal, and I guess that's kind of being picky. So I think we're going to go Bake the World a Better Place. Now, these are the stencils from Magnolia Design Co. These are great. These can be used over and over and over again. There is a white line right down the center here. That's because this 8.5 by 11 is actually two different stencils. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this and separate them. But when I do this, I actually cut on either side of the white line. So I'm going to cut this one off, and then I'm going to cut that white line out. So I'll have two separate ones and then just have the center white line, and I'll throw it away. I do that because in the past, when I've been inking or chalking really quick, not even paying attention, I've hit that white line on my surface, and that comes out on your surface. So you don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those out. And yeah, I think we're going to do Bake the World a Better Place. I guess I should put my glasses on so I can cut a straight line. So how is everybody today? If you're getting on, say hello, please. How's the weather where you guys are today? It is gorgeous here in Missouri today. Sun is shining. I think it's in the 50s. It's beautiful. I think Sunday's supposed to be like 62 degrees. Hi, Gail. Thanks for joining. But we are supposed to get some rain tomorrow. Actually, I think it might be coming in tonight. But that's okay. We could use it. I'm just glad the snow is disappearing finally. We live down the dirt road, and therefore we have a lot of trees that go over the road, and it takes a long time for that ice to get away. Okay, so these are the two stencils these are the two stencils that I just cut apart. So what I did was I cut that white line out in between them. This way, when I'm inking or chalking, I don't accidentally hit the white line that I might have left attached to the stencil, because then anything where there's that white, that's what that ink or chalk is going to go through. And so yeah, ask me how I know. I've done that before. So I just throw that away. So we're just gonna do Bake the World a Better Place today. And I'm gonna put that aside. Whenever I use stencils, I always write on the back what it is, and I write that this is the back. And I do that for a reason, because these stencils can be used over and over and over again, and they come on a backing sheet. And the backing sheet is actually, let me see if I can get that in there, is actually a shiny side. And so you always want to make sure that you put your stencil back on that shiny side. You don't want to put it on the matte side. That's a matte side. It'll stick really bad to the matte side. So I always mark that there's a back side. Again, ask me how I know. Live and learn, right? So we're going to go ahead and do some inking. Whenever you ink, there's an ink mat that Magnolia Design Co has. You want to put this under your top layer of what you're inking. This way the ink doesn't bleed through to the back side, okay? So I'm going to open up this tea towel. Just lay it out where they have all the fold lines. So they actually did me a favor by finding the center of it. And I'll get this over so you can guys see. Hi, Nancy, how are you? So this has a covering on it. Okay, so you're going to peel this off. Let me just put that aside. And this is very sticky. I try to keep it as sticky as they can, because this is your fabric is gonna adhere to this, and it's gonna hold it in place while you're inking. So let's lift this up. I'm just gonna stick our mat under there. And then we're gonna bring our tea towel back down. And lay it straight on the mat. And just push it down. If you get wrinkles, you can just lift it up, pull the wrinkles right out. And it's really, really sticky, which is great because it holds it in place for you. Cool and breezy, Gail. Did I see that you're in Missouri also, or where are you located? Here, it's warm. I mean, we had that cold spell like everybody else did, and woo, it was cold. Okay, Bake the World a Better Place. I think what I'm gonna do is put this in 2 different colors. So I have, excuse me, Wineberry, which is a permanent ink. It's a very dark red. And then I have this chocolate brown, which I'm gonna go ahead and use that also. So I think I'm gonna use the chocolate brown. Where are you from? Upper Michigan. Oh, yeah, it would be cool and breezy up there. Do you get the lake effects and snow and all that up there? I moved down here from Wisconsin, so I know how cold it gets up there. Okay, so I'm gonna do the chocolate brown with the rolling pin. And then I'm gonna do Bake a Better Place in red. And I'll probably do this whisk in brown too, just to add some extra color. So we're gonna go ahead and peel this stencil off. And we're gonna lay this down so it's centered. So I'll probably have to move it around just a little bit. Like I said, these tea towels are huge. I don't know if you can see how big they are, but they're really good size. Let me kind of get this centered and straight. And then we're just gonna push this down. When you're doing ink, you don't want the ink to bleed under, so you really wanna make sure you have a good attachment with your stencil onto your fabric. And fabrics are thirsty, so you're gonna wanna really, chalks, you can go kind of quick and it just feeds right through the mesh. Fabrics tend to suck up the ink a little bit, so you're gonna wanna go just a little bit more heavy than you would with a paste. Oh, you're 12 miles inland, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna grab squeegees. These are my little squeegees I'm gonna use for the 2 different colors. And then, let me see, what should we do first? Let's do the brown, we'll get that done. So again, like I said, these inks are permanent. So you don't want to splash it on your project or drip it on your project. So you're just gonna scoop up a little bit of ink on your squeegee. And then you're just gonna go ahead and you're gonna put it over the section that you want that color. So every live, I do a question of the day. And you know what? It's been such a crazy morning, I haven't thought of my question of the day. So how about, does anybody have any pets? And if you have pets, what kind of pets do you have? Just being nosy, I guess. If you don't have pets, put no pets in the comment. And if you answer the question, I'll put your name on the spinning wheel. I'll probably give away one of these tea towels for the prize. And if your name gets put on the spinning wheel, I will do the drawing on Friday at noon. Okay, and then for pets, we have 2 horses and 2 dogs. I have a 16-year-old Chihuahua who struggles to get around, but she's still there, and she's deaf as a doornail, so she's kind of learned sign language at this point in her life. And then we have 2 horses. I used to raise dairy goats, and I really miss my dairy goats. Inks take a while to dry, so they're very forgiving, and it gives you time to work with them. Then you just put the rest of your inks back into your jar. And I'm going to put this in a water bath that I have. And then when I'm done my live, I will wash everything. Yeah, I used to show dairy goats, loved my dairy goats. We had quite a few of them. And then I used to show dogs, so Australian Shepherds. And at one point we had 6 dogs. Call me crazy. Yes, I was crazy. 6 is an awful lot to have. Okay, and then I'm going to do this red. So we're just going to scoop it up on our squeegee, and we're just going to put it right over where we want the color to go. Just make sure all of that white is covered. What else? I think we've had a little bit of everything. Last year, I had wanted chickens for years, and finally got chickens last year, but when we moved here, I couldn't take them with me. We weren't set up for them down here. So I had to leave them behind. But the people that bought our house decided to keep them, which made me happy because the chickens didn't have to go to a new home. Hey, Kathy, yes, I know you have goats. You have some goats I want. I'm not set up yet. I'm thinking maybe next year. I'm trying to talk Bill back into that. I don't know if he's ready to have me be married and, to the goats again, living in the barn all the time. But I really miss them. And everybody's posting baby pictures now, and oh my gosh, they're so cute. How's Kisses doing? Give her a kiss for me. She used to kiss me and lick me every time. Before she got off that milk stand, she always had to lick my fingers. So I thought her name fit her perfectly. So I'm just rubbing this over just to make sure that all of this ink is sinking into this fabric so we have a nice good color. And then I'm just going through and I'm lifting up any extra because you don't want to, it's a smaller squeegee than the stencil, so you don't want to leave any lines behind. And then again, you're just going to put your extra inks right back in your jar. I'll put this in my water bath. Put this off to the side. And I'm going to lift this up, make sure my hands are clean, that I don't have ink on them. And there we go. And I'm going to put that stencil right in my water bath also, because after I'm done my live, I'll take them over to the kitchen sink. I'll put water over them, use my stencil eraser or my stencil cleaner, which I don't have with me right here. Oh, yes, I do. Get that. I'm prepared. It looks like a Mr. Clean eraser, but it's actually a stencil cleaner. You get them from Magnolia Design Co. right on my website, which is linked above. And you just put them under water, wash both sides, pat them dry, put them right on their backing, and they're ready to use for the next time. It's wonderful. So this, I'm going to throw the heat gun over it for just a bit so I can move it. And I will let this dry for 24 hours, and then I will put it in my heat press. And it will set it. And it will be good for many, many, many washes. I just want to dry it just a little bit so when I move it, I don't smear it or anything. I'm losing my voice. Too much phone talking this morning. Okay, that's dry enough. Let me see if I can get this turned around without getting the fronts to touch it. So that'll be the tea towel. So bake the world a better place. And it's done in a burgundy and a brown. So I'm gonna lay that off to the side. The next one we're gonna do, I'm gonna try something. This, I've kind of been going back and forth if I wanna do this or not. It might look weird, it might be okay, we'll see. But this is a same size tea towel. This time I used a big mat underneath. So this is another sticky mat like I was showing earlier. But I put it big under here because what I want to do is I'm thinking about doing the roses that came with the January Craft Club kit. Voice, my gosh, I need some water. Came with the kit. I think I want to do some roses down at the bottom, and I think I might want to do some roses up at the top. And in the center, I was going to put anything as possible if you just believe. So I want to use this stencil. So once again, I'm going to have to cut this out. I'm going to cut it inside the white lines. And if you weren't on earlier, I don't keep the white lines on my stencils. Reason being, if you get going so fast or you're not paying attention, if you hit those white lines, the ink or the paste will go right through that white line too, and it'll leave that mark on your surface. And if it's chalk, you can wash it off. If it's ink, you can't. So I always just cut them out. I learned that the hard way when I first did this, like about 4 years ago. So there's that stencil. Anything is possible if you just believe. So I'm going to put believe on the back. And then I write back on here. Because like I was saying, there's a shiny side that this screen adheres to, but this is the matte side, and you never want to put this screen on the matte side. It will stick really bad. So you always want to, when you put them back on their backings, you want to put them onto the shiny side, okay? So I think what we're going to do is do this first, and then that way we'll get this centered, and then we can go ahead and we'll do the roses on the top and the bottom. So I can see the lines where this was folded, so it's given me a guideline where to go. And let me see here. I don't know. I'm going to find my lines again. I think we want to put this right up in the center. I'm going to see what I have for colors. I have these pink flowers, or pink flowers. I have these flowers on here, and I have this really pretty, like, rose pink, a glitter rose pink. I might do that with the flowers, do this in black, the words, and then maybe do these roses with pink and then maybe some green. We're going to add some color. We're going to play. So if you can hang around and watch this experiment, by all means do so. Keep me company, talk with me. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you don't have any questions, just enjoy. Ask me questions. I'll ask you questions. Gail, you have a dog? His name is Romeo. Oh my gosh, cute. Is he a little lover? What kind of dog is it? My Aussie is 9.5 now, and she still acts like she's 2. This dog has, she's been shown. So she's got some herding titles, obedience titles. This dog is very, very, very smart. But you take her on a walk, put her on a leash. Now this dog will heel off leash and does everything I ask her to do. But put her on a leash and try to go for a walk, and she's just like a puppy pulling and pulling and pulling. It's crazy. Okay, where's my black here? Okay, so I'm going to use my black, excuse me. I don't know. Maybe I want to use the red and do red and pinks. No, we'll do black. Okay. Very indecisive. Okay, so I'm going to grab my squeegee again. Hey, Ashley, how are you? I miss you. You look amazing, by the way. Kudos to you. You look great. So I'm going to pull some black ink up on my squeegee, and I'm just going to put that over the wording, because the wording is going to be black on this, and then I think we're going to do the flowers and the glitter, or the glitter pink rose pink. If I really wanted to get creative and spend some time, I could actually do all the greenery in green and then do just the flowers in pink. You still judging, Ashley? I was just telling Kathy that I really miss my goats. Of course, don't we all? I mean, every time well, I've sold out before because I had to. And then got back into them, as you know, and I just miss them again. We've got the horses now, and they're fun. It's my chore this fall is to break my 2-year-old. Okay, so I'm gonna wipe that back into the jar, and I'm gonna put this in my wet bath that's next to me. Let me see, I don't have my green open, so I think we're just gonna go pink for these flowers. I could open my green. Decisions. I just don't know how much color I want to do. Let's do the green. Okay. Bear with me while I open these. I'm gonna get it into my trash. These kind of are hard to open because they're so sealed to keep them so protected. Oh, and I just smeared it all over me. Yay. Let me grab a paper towel. Always keep paper towels near you when you're crafting with this so you can keep yourself somewhat clean. Hey, Linda, how are you? I keep going back and forth. If I get goats, it's going to be next year. And, oh, I love my La Manchas too. Nigerians are big sellers, and they are, I hate to say this, but easy money makers. But I really like my La Manchas. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do at this point. Okay, this is Magnolia Green that I'm using. And this is just a little tool that has a very smaller end. So we're going to go ahead and do the greenery in this. Linda, does Anna still have Natalie, the goat that she got from me? Is Natalie still around? She was a nice little doe. I don't know what she ended up freshening like, but I really like that doe. Okay. So we're just, can you guys see what I'm doing here? Eventually I'm going to get this camera set up so I can go overhead and you guys can actually watch what I'm doing. But I'm just, it's kind of like a coloring book. You're just kind of going in there, you know, putting the ink in the, except you don't have to stay in the lines. You want to go out of the lines when you're doing this, which is fun. But I'm just filling in the spots that I want to be green for the greenery. And this one says, anything is possible if you just believe. I love a lot of the stencils that Magnolia has. They have a lot of good, encouraging Christian ones. They have some sarcasm too, but I really like the encouraging, uplifting words. I think sometimes we need that in our lives. Okay, let me get that in green. So is it cold up in Wisconsin? Have you guys broken through that frozen tundra? Okay, Linda. I wonder if she does. I'll have to reach out to her and see. I saw her new puppy. Anna's new puppy is so cute. What led us from Missouri? Bill had been wanting to move for about 8 years, and I wanted to go back down to Texas again. We moved up to Wisconsin from Texas, and I really wanted to go back that way. I don't like winters. And it's funny because I originally moved to Arizona years ago, and that's where I met my husband, was in Arizona, because I was getting away from the winters. And then we ended up in Wisconsin because he has family that lives there. And last year, we just decided that it was time to move. The kids are grown, they're on their own. I miss my kids, but we're only 8 hours away. And I don't know, Bill didn't want to go back down to Texas. He didn't want the heat. Well, it gets hot and humid here. So we just figured this was probably a good halfway point, and got online, and we found our place online, and we were like, ooh, this looks like it'll work. You know, having the horses again, the barn is amazing. The house is really small, but it's cute, but I'll tell you, it's easy to clean. So that's why we chose here, I guess. But it was hard to leave everybody because my mom is still up in Wisconsin. I'm using the dusty pink rose now and it's a glitter one. But my mom's back up there and she keeps saying, you know, when are you going to come up and visit? And I'm like, Mom, I'll come up when winter's over. And granted, we had that cold front like everybody else. And it's so funny. We had more snow than you guys in Wisconsin. I'm like, what is up with that? We moved down here to have better weather and we had more snow. And then, of course, everybody in the nation got that cold spell. But, and we actually hit, I think one morning I woke up and the wind chill was like 18 below. I thought, my gosh, this is like living in Wisconsin again. But so be it. It's past. Today's in the 50s. Sunday's supposed to be, I think, 62. Do I like it down here? It's not bad. It takes some getting used to. You know, it's like, because all my friends and family are up there, so that was hard to leave. But I did get a message from a girl from church this morning, and she's actually bringing me pork loin for dinner tonight. She said her husband made 2 pork loins, and she says, I just felt led to bring you and your husband some pork loin for dinner. And I'm like, I can't say no to that, thank you. So she's going to drop off dinner tonight so I don't have to cook. That's pretty nice. So we're meeting people down here. It's just, you know, it's just always hard when you're older. You're going to be almost 50 in Wisconsin tomorrow? Wow. Another mild winter up there, huh? That was what really kicked Bill into wanting to move, was last winter was so mild and, you know, he was able to be outside so much last year and get so much stuff done. He said, this is it. I want to be where we can be outside all the time. And he has been. But it's nice. Here we have a wood stove, so we get to keep the house nice and toasty warm when it gets cold. Keep the electric bills down. Okay, this is kind of taking me longer than I expected it to, but I'm just picking up my extra paste at this point and putting it back in my jar. Okay, I'm gonna put that off to the side, clean that up. And let's peel this up and see what we've got. Like I said, this one is an experiment for me, so I don't know what we're gonna get. Ooh, that's actually very pretty. So I'm gonna put this in my water bath, and after my live, I will go through and I will wash this up just with water and my stencil eraser, put them back on their backings, and they'll be ready to use. These can be used over and over and over again. And I used to, back in Wisconsin when I did this, I did parties, and I had a woman invite her grandkids that were 8, I think, and they sat down and chalked with us too, and it was so much fun. We didn't do inking on it. Yeah, Florida's even had snow. My dad down in North Carolina, they called for, first it was 5 to 8 inches, then 8 to 12, but he only ended up with 2. So that was nice for him. But okay, what I think I'm going to do, because this is so small on this large tea towel, is I'm going to do these roses. These came with the January Craft Club kit. And I think I'm going to put these roses down here. Now, I don't think I'm going to take time to do all the greenery, although it looks so pretty when I do that. Maybe we will. Oh my goodness. Greenery and pink. So this will be more of like a springtime tea towel. And I'm going to lay this down too. Here, let me move this over here. Oops. Because my mat here is really sticky and I don't want my stencil to stick to this mat. So I'm going to lift this up a little bit. Put this under here. So when the stencil lays over, it lays on its own backing and doesn't stick so bad. And we're just going to lay this down. It's going to kind of give a straight line going across. Let me see where I want this. We'll do it right there. This is my, make sure it's straight, because if it's a straight line and it's not straight, we'll know that. Let me see, I think that's about straight. Okay, so we're going to stick this stencil down. Do you have anything to do with special to get the monthly? Hey, Rachel. Gail, what do you mean? Do I have anything special to get the monthly? Or do I have to do anything special? Oh, do anything special. Okay. To get the monthly craft club kit, is that what you mean? If you get on my website, you can click and you can join the craft club. And I believe it's $22.99 a month. And with that, you'll get a surface, a stencil, a squeegee, you'll get a paste or a toothpaste, whatever they are putting in that kit to make the kit. If you saw on my page, I did that heart, and I don't have it right here. It's actually in my kitchen being used as a decoration. Oh, you did sign up to be a creator. Good for you. Good for you. Then if you want to be a creator, that's great. If you want to join the Craft Club kit, if you're a creator, you'll get a discount for the Craft Club kit too. So I think if you join the Craft Club kit, it'll be, I think it's $17.24 a month, and you'll get everything you need to make that kit. And then if you become a Craft Club creator, you also will join the Magnolia Design Craft Club creator page. Too much words. And everybody shares their designs on there. You can share yours. There's classes on there. There's a lot of stuff. And if you've joined to become a creator, go ahead and, let me see. You know what? They're only selling this kit until the end of January. So you'll probably want to get on, become a Craft Club member to get this stencil, because it's not sold to the public. So the stencils that you get being a Craft Club member will be things that aren't for sale to the public. So that's how you would do that, Gail. If you have any other questions, just let me know, but that's how you would do that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I wonder if I can use a squeegee. I wish I had just a small, you know what? You know what's good about these squeegees? You can cut them in half and make a smaller squeegee. So that's what we're going to do, because this is just too small to use. So I'm going to use something a little bit bigger. And then this is your main size squeegee. And then there's a huge squeegee for like the big pillowcases or big things you're doing, because some of these stencils come in, I don't know, maybe 18 by 18. They come pretty darn big. And so if you're doing one color, the big stencil's really nice. So we're going to do this. I'm going to do my roses in pink. When did you sign up, Gail, to become a creator? Did you do that today, or have you been a creator? Yes, that's probably the one you've been seeing everybody make, because it's the January. They haven't released the February kit yet. They said they won't do that until February, but so you can get this stencil, which, yes, it's very pretty with all these roses and the greenery, and it comes out so pretty. You can get this stencil with the Craft Club kit until the end of this month, which is coming up pretty darn quick. I love this. To me, it's, you know, I'll just sit in my craft room sometimes, turn on the radio, and just get to inking or chalking. And then what I do is I store up my stuff and I hit the craft fairs, especially close to Christmas, and I sell a lot of stuff. And so that's my money-making time. I'm thinking about doing maybe a live auction in a few months to maybe sell some stuff. Farmers markets. I was going to check with some boutiques in the area to see if maybe they would be interested in displaying some of my stuff to sell. So, you know, it's like, to me, it's just, I don't know, it's very stress relieving, I guess is a good word. If I'm having a bad day, I come in my craft room. If my husband knows my craft room door is closed, he knows that it's like, he better knock and say, "Are you okay?" Or, you know, "Do you need anything?" And so, no, not that bad, but, you know, it's just, usually if I'm in here, I'm doing something or crafting, or I do this. I do card making. I don't know if you saw the little hanger I made yesterday. It's more of a Western theme. It has the little frames on it, and I chalked those and just hung it on an old piece of pallet wood. We get lots of pallet wood to burn. So do that stuff. The auction would be in 2 weeks ago. Okay, Gail. So who is your sponsor then? Who'd you sign up under? Yeah, I'm thinking about it, Rachel. I'm thinking about doing a live auction. I don't know if you remember last time when I was selling stuff, I had my daughter helping me. We went to her house and we were selling stuff online, and it was a lot of fun. We sold a lot of stuff. Riley says she misses the lives. We used to have a lot of laughs and a lot of giggles on these lives. Okay, let me see. I think I'm gonna, how far down am I going? Right down to here. And if I'm not answering questions, I will definitely do it after if I don't see them right away. Sandy, okay, I don't know Sandy. Not that I know everybody. I mean, I don't really know hardly anybody. Does she do lives? And how did you find out about it, Gail? I found out about this, I was at a craft show actually, and I was selling a lot of my just other homemade crafts. And there was someone set up next to me and she was doing this chalking for another company. And I was like, what is that? That was so pretty. And I knew it wasn't Cricut work because it would have taken an awful lot of weeding to do some of the stuff she had. And I went over and talked to her about it and she introduced me to chalking and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I was hooked. And I think that was probably 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. And I did it for a little bit. And then my mom moved in with us and I ended up getting a full-time job. And so I just pretty much put all my crafting on hold. So, and then we were moving and I sold everything. Well, no, I sold everything before we were moving. I just figured I was going to put crafting on hold. I had so many irons in the fire because I'm the type of person that wants to do everything. Those of you that know me know that. So I just figured I got more involved with making t-shirts, doing Cricut work. And I was, you know, showing my goats a lot. So I ended up just selling a lot of stuff. It was one of those things, I sold it and I regretted it right away. Okay. I think this is going to be really pretty. So my question of the day, if you didn't catch it, so if you answer my question of the day on this, any of my lives, every time you answer a question of the day, your name goes in the spinning wheel. Every Friday at noon, I'm going to do a giveaway. And so if you answer Mondays, Wednesdays for this week, your name will be on twice. If you answer, and then next Friday, I will do my noon giveaway. And then Friday night, I'm going to do a live again. Probably not something that doesn't take this long. I didn't realize this was going to take this long. I'm trying to be neat about it. And then, so if you answer on Friday, Mondays, and Wednesdays, next Friday at noon, your name will be on 3 times if you answer all 3 of the questions of the day. So the question of the day for today was, do you have pets? If so, what kind of pets? Even if I already know you, go ahead and answer the question and I'll get your name on my spinning wheel. And I'm not sure what I'm going to give away. I was thinking one of these tea towels, but I'm not sure yet. But I usually give away something nice. It could be a little starter kit, maybe with like an ink packet and a squeegee and something just to send your way, just so you can play with this and see what you like, see what you think. Okay, I think I got all my flowers of where I am. Okay, so let's put this pink away, and that's going to go in my bath. Oh, I'm hoping this comes out pretty. And let's get that green. Yes, this is the green ink. And I think I can do this with a larger squeegee, and we might be able to kick this out a little quicker now. It's going to look kind of weird having these square edges, but that's the way it's going to be. When it's folded, you won't even know. Right? Okay. Yeah, I watch a couple of them too. When I signed up, I didn't have, you know, like a sponsor. I just did with Magnolia Design and got talking to Tanya, and she set me up with Cindy Jarvis. So that's who I'm with. Super nice girl. Okay, this is actually going to take a lot longer than I thought it was going to take, guys. I love it when you can watch the live and or not a live, but a video, and they do it all in fast motion. And it's like, oh yeah, I can do that in a live. And then you guys sit here with me for hours getting this done, but I appreciate it. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to, you know, just throw them in the, drop your comments. Let me see. Oh, it's France. I didn't know you had so many animals, Rachel. I think you guys have cows now too, don't you? The stencils, you like the stencils from Magnolia Design? I do too. I originally started with another company years ago, but I really like the stencils. I like the inks on this company, so I came over here, and it was, like I said, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago I started, and just love it. And I had, you know, we had a little team going. We used to do my lives, and we used to laugh and have such a good time. And now it's just starting up again. And, you know, lives can be a little nerve-wracking. Like the other day when I did my live and my heat gun decided not to charge. And I was like, oh no, I'm going to go to the smaller squeegee because I think that's going to be easier. And so like on a live, I had to leave the camera, go try and find a heat gun. I couldn't find it, so I couldn't even finish my project on my live. So that was kind of embarrassing. Yes, same. Same, Gail. I'm not into a lot of the snarkiness or the rude comments that some of them have out there. And so I like the more faith-inspired ones too. Just, it lifts you up more in the world rather than, you know, I don't know. I just think since social media's come around, everybody's a wise guy. Everybody's that keyboard warrior and such. And I get tired of it. So I actually got off Facebook for quite a while before we moved. I was just tired of the drama, the arguing. So I just got off of it. But now doing this again, I'm back. And my hair keeps going into the sticky stuff. Like, my husband's sick of it too. He had Facebook for a very, very, very little time. Very short time. And he actually went back to a flip phone. Because he goes, I'm tired of social media. I'm tired of everything is, you know, ads and this and that. And there's so much junk out there. So, yeah, he goes to work and they're like, you need to punch on your phone, you know, punch in on your phone. He goes, can I do it on the computer? I got a flip phone. And he gets laughed at, but so be it. That's what he wants to do. You know what? Let him do it. My friend's husband also has a flip phone, and his boss keeps bugging him. You need to get up at the times. And he's like, I have no desire to be up at the times. Life was fine before. Do you do any lives, Gail? Or are you building a team, or did you join just because you wanted to just have fun and craft? I'm getting ink all over my hands. I'm so messy. So what's everybody doing today? Any plans for the weekend? I am going to be outside all weekend because it's going to be gorgeous. Started walking again. I had lost some weight and started putting it back on again, and now I'm starting to walk again. When you're home, I don't know, I'm a cookie monger. So some people from our church, you know, since we're new here, some people from our church came with a little cookie basket, you know, and a welcome card. Oh, and those were the best chocolate chip cookies I had ever tasted in my life. I don't know what her secret ingredient was, but oh boy, I did not want to share them with my husband. I didn't want to. But he came home one day and I don't know, he said, oh, I'm going to have cookies for dessert. And he looked in the container and he goes, how many did you eat today? And I'm like, I know, it's my weakness, cookies and ice cream. I'm horrible. So I really am getting back on my track of watching what goes in my mouth, and walking. And we have got some amazing, amazing dirt roads out here to walk on. And they're hilly. Oh boy, are they hilly. So when we had that snow and I have a rear wheel drive car, yeah, I guess we weren't really thinking much. I've always wanted a Mustang or a Camaro. And when we moved here, I was able to get my Mustang and not really thinking practically, I guess. And I knew we got snow down here, but I wasn't worried about it. I grew up in New England, always had a rear wheel drive vehicle, you know. I'm like, I can drive in the snow. Well, we got massive hills coming in and out of our place. And I thought, I won't get in and out of here. So when it snowed, I was home. I wasn't going anywhere. But it was kind of nice. I got my husband to do grocery shopping. I'm like, guess you're going to have to shop for me, honey. I can't get out of the, I don't even, driveway's fine. The driveway's just a little flat thing, but yeah, it was crazy. Oh, guys, I'm telling you, this better come out cute because this is an awful lot of work. Not that I'm minding it, but I'm keeping you guys long, and I didn't mean to do that. I try to make my lives pretty quick, so I don't keep you hanging out. But you know what? If you got nothing better to do, hang with me. I'm pretty darn chatty. I can keep a conversation going. Yeah, Rachel, who are you working? You're working from home, correct? Because I was looking for a job to do something like that. And it was Global Life Insurance. You know, you just sell insurance to people. And I thought, oh, I really don't want to do all that cold calling and everything. But I thought for now, you know, I'll do anything just to bring in some money. And they set up an interview with me yesterday. And then they never called me for the interview. And I thought, my gosh, I can't even get a job doing phone work. I was like, what's up with that? It's been tough down here to try to get a job. I have put in a lot of applications, a lot of resumes. It's been tough. I don't know why. I think now because everything's just like a computer system, you know, they just look at a resume and they pick you from that. They don't get to, you know you or your personality. I even applied to be a housekeeper at a rehab place here, local in town. And I got denied that. They said I didn't fit what they were looking for. I was like, really? I can clean a mean toilet. But, oh well. God has better plans for me, I guess. I just don't know what those plans are yet. I wish he'd fill me in on his plan. They say patience is a virtue, right? I don't have patience. Okay, guys, we're getting there. Oh, you have a coworker in Missouri? Weren't you working for Quick Trip or something in the past? I could be wrong. I don't remember. I thought you were. But I was looking for a remote job. And then it seems like a lot of the remote jobs want money up front to get started. And I think, you know, is this a scam? You know, and then my mom sent me something, write books from home. I'm like, Mom, I'm not a writer. She goes, oh, you can be. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not a writer. So that can't happen. Okay, we are almost there. And you know what, guys? I'm just going to do this one side, and then I'll do the top later, so I don't have to keep you longer, but at least you'll get the gist of it by seeing what this bottom's going to look like. Like I said, I hope it's cute. I think once it's folded and hung, it'll be adorable with the colors. You know, it's going to look funny now because it's wide open and kind of just, you know, the stencil's floating, so to speak. Okay, just a little bit more. Now I'm just going to go through and pick up a lot of my extra paste that I left around, put it back in my jar, just to get the lines off of it. There. Okay, let's see what this is going to look like. I'm going to put that down there. I need another paper towel because I have paste all over me. I'm as green as a stencil. I'm going to shut that up for right now. Okay, let's peel this up. Try not to get it on me. Woo. I'm going to put that in my water bath. I'm going to take this out so I can hold this up for you guys. Maybe let me see. I'm just going to leave that in there for right now. Okay, let me see if I can hold this up to you guys so you can see what it looks like. Could have done a little bit more ink on that top rose. Whoa. So can you see what that looks like? So what I want to do is I'm going to do what I did down here. I'm going to do it up here also. And I might just make this whole thing square and go up the sides too. So this whole thing will just be like framed in with the roses and stuff. So it's basically, it's the, oh my gosh, why can't I think of that color? I did my hair that color once. Rose gold, that's the color. So it's a glitter rose gold that I did for the roses and for the flowers up here. It's the magnolia green that I did on these leaves, and then the black. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the top, and I'll probably go down the sides too. And then I will let this dry for 24 hours, and then I will heat set it. You can heat set with an iron. Just put parchment paper over your project before you iron it. So you just heat set it with an iron. Or if you have a heat press, again, put parchment paper or some kind of heat protectant over your project, and then you can do it with a heat press too, and it'll seal it. So it makes it permanent, goes through washes. I've done shirts. I'll be doing shirts on my lives too. There's a few shirts I want to make. I just have to order the shirts, and I have done them in the past, and I've washed them over and over again, and the color just stays. It's great. And this is exciting. I'll do one of these too. Magnolia Design Co. also has a new bleach gel paste ink, I guess, that they have. And I've watched them do some of these too. And you just take like, you know, a dark colored shirt. I'll probably get a navy blue shirt, and you put your stencil on it and you do this bleach ink over it. And then you lift it off, and when you dry it, it actually bleaches the fabric. So your image comes through as looking like it was bleached on. So I'm excited to do that too. I just ordered some of that bleach gel. And so when I get that, we'll do that also. So guys, that's it. I'm going to go through the comments just in case I missed anybody's comments. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. I will get this finished. I just don't want to keep you guys on any longer than I already have, but I appreciate you sticking with me. Question of the day: do you have pets? If so, what kind of pets do you have? Answer the question. I'll put your name on the spinning wheel on Friday at noon. I'll be doing a drawing, and then I'm losing my voice. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to give away yet. It might be just a little starter kit, or it might be maybe this tea towel. I'm not sure. We'll see how it comes out first. I like to give away something that someone's going to enjoy. And then that'll be it. And then I'll be going live again Friday night at 7. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'll put something together though that should be fun. And it won't take hours, I promise. So thanks again so much for joining me. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, reach out to me. If you want to shop, become a creator, join the craft club. Get on my website. It is linked to this video. It's susancox.magnolia.co.com. And I will be doing lives on this page until March 10th. I'm going to start doing the lives on my other page, which will be my Down the Dirt Road creations. So I'll flip off of this page, shoot over there. I just can't do them on that page yet. Goats, of course. Yes, I know my goat friends. But, and then I'll answer any questions you might have. Don't be fearful. Don't be afraid to reach out to me. As you can tell, I'm pretty darn chatty. So I love to talk. I have plenty of time to talk. So, yeah, reach out. Again, if you want to just stay on the website, they have DIY kits. So if you just want to kind of try something and not really commit to being a creator or commit to being the craft club, member, because when you do join the craft club, they do want a minimum of 3 months to sign up. If you become a creator, you don't have to, there's no commitments. There's no quotas to meet. You just become a creator. You get your creator kit. You get to pick which one you want. The 69, and they just changed them too. So it's really kind of cool stuff in there. I love the stencils that are in there now. But they have a $69 kit, a $99 kit, and a $199 kit. And I know the $199 has like over $400 worth of supplies in it. The $99 kit, I think it's like over $270 worth. the $69 kit. You get a lot of stuff, everything that to get you started or start a business or start anything you want or just to craft for yourself. So guys, just get on there, just get on the website and just look around. You don't have to be committed to anything, but you know, you might see something you like. You might want to say, hey, I think I want that DIY kit, and order that and then try it for yourself. See what you like. I mean, it's so easy. It's so simple. Yes, Rachel, I saw your post about the kids. The kids would love this. They're old enough to do it. Like I said, I used to do parties and we'd have kids come and they had a blast. They had a blast, and then, you know, making their creations. And what I do a lot of times, I'll go to Goodwill and I'll just get surfaces there. So I'll pick up, you know, old frames, or you go down their wood aisle, you know, and you can just get their wood stuff when they have, oh my gosh, they have everything, napkin holders, frames, whatever you want. And, you know, let the kids decorate their own pencil holder for their desk in their room or something, or a cutting board for you for Mother's Day. I mean, whatever. They can do whatever. So, lots of fun, lots of ideas. They can make their own shirts. Any of you guys can. You just need the ink and the stencil. So anyway, that's all for me today. I will touch base with you if you guys ask any questions and I missed them. I'm getting old. I don't see as good as I can anymore. I see stuff coming up, but I can't read it from here. So I have my iPad down here and I'm looking, but I'm squinting. So I'll go through all the comments. I'll reach out to all of you. But again, get on that website, see if there's anything you want to try, and I will see you guys. I'll be doing the drawing at noon on Friday for anybody who answered the question of the day on Monday's live, and today's. Your names will be on the spinning wheel, and then I will see you again Friday night at 7. See you then. Have a great day.